Yep, my sweet nips. Everybody wants
Let's get started here. We have with us Angie Stalker, who is a stand-up comedian and the host of the YouTube channel that plays the show Highly Crafty.
Yes.
Yes, I love it. Thank you for being here to chat. So we met when you were pregnant with your second.
We did.
And you had your second one. So what has life been like now with a newborn and another child at home?
It's been kind of crazy. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I was like, it's gonna be DEFCON, like level 10. And so it hasn't been that bad. It's just been more of like a balancing act, like more of an adjustment of like the leisure time that we used to have needs to be like used properly.
Right. Can I just say that you are like the biggest inspiration because Angie has the best Instagram where it's just her always doing cool, fun things with her kids. But it's not just like once a week. Like I feel like every day you're going out and doing something active and finding all these cool things. I'm literally taking notes. Sometimes I look at your thing, I'm like, okay, so they went where? I'm gonna write that down.
We can go there.
So how do you stay so active with your kids?
I think for me, like I was a nanny for 10 years before I had kids.
Okay.
And part of what I loved about nannying was you got to get out and do stuff. And I always joke that we don't go to the park for them, we go for me. You know, like I like the swings and I like being outside and I like going to the science center and the natural history, like all these cool places. I just think for me, sitting in the house is so much harder than being out, because then I have to come up with stuff to do,
Right.
It's like,
you're the entertainment.
Oh, you're bored. Okay. Like, let's do this or that. And, for me, it's just like, let's hop on the train and we'll go. And that's easy.
Do you ever resent the fact that you used to be a nanny and look after kids and get paid and now you're looking after kids and not getting paid?
I wonder sometimes if my husband, I'm like, do you know my true value? Like the time that I'm putting in here.
You should just send him invoices that you're like, I'm voiding this, but just so you know. How did you find like the balance of having, especially now having two kids, the one that's quite young, and doing stand-up comedy?
For me, it's just something that I really want to do. So I just have to make it happen kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Like there the other night, actually, for example, we were sitting on the couch and it was like historical roast at 10:30, right? And I'm like, I'm going to go see my girl, going to go talk to people, try and schmooze. My husband was like, you're not getting off the couch. And I was like, no, I am getting off the couch because I haven't done anything stand-up, and so it's just things like that, just really pushing through the like, oh my God, I'm in the couch and it feels so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I love how you said I'm in the couch. Oh, not even on
in it. No, like me in the couch, intimately involved. And so sometimes it's hard to pull myself up, but I do try to think of like, remember how you want to book that show, or like remember how you're trying to meet like 2 new comedy people this month, or whatever it is, whatever mini goal I have. Like,
are you a goal setter?
I am. Not so much, like I don't necessarily write them down or whatever, but it's just like, I want to do this month, or like this is my next thing I need to focus on. And so yeah, it helps me to keep moving forward. If I don't have something to focus on, then I'm like, squirrel. Like, now I'm doing this.
Well, I mean, you're not only a super mom and a stand-up comedian, but you're also a host of an online show called Highly Crafty, which is you and a guest getting high and doing craft.
Yeah.
Please tell us about this.
So yeah, I really love weed. I think it helps me so much just to be in the moment. And so for me, I love crafts too. I have an Etsy shop, and this came about, and I was just like, oh, this is a great idea. Like this could be really fun and could be really cool to just hang out with people. And I've been wanting to make new friends and meet more comedians, and I was like, this seems like a good way to be like, here's an olive branch.
Yeah. It's such a fun concept. I mean, the name is perfect. Yeah. Highly Crafty. It's great.
It's kind of funny because everyone who tried it is like, I'm terrible. I can't do this. I'm horrible. And then at the end, they're like, look what I did. Like they kind of make it their own, which I think is fun.
How do you feel about like weed culture and like your kids? And is that something that you're like, that you expose them to or you don't?
Yeah, I mean, Not really. Like, I don't hide it. Like, if Caden asks, like, oh, what's this? And it's like, oh, that's mommy's vape pen, or that's mommy's medicine. And so I don't want to hide it or shield it. I don't want him or either of them to think that it's like something negative or bad. They are very intelligent and intuitive, and I don't want to be sneaking around or hiding things and then have that reinforced by some like mom or teacher or someone who's like, man, weed's bad. And
do you
it's
get
like,
a lot of that? Like, do they care about that kind of stuff?
I think that there is a little bit of that, like, negative connotation and stereotype and, you know, like, pothead. And I just, for me, I'm beyond, I'm over it, I'm past it. It used to really kind of bother me, and I used to be like, man, I don't want anybody to know. And now I'm like, whatever. For me, it just feels like something that I want them to know about it and to know that it's out there. It's an option. It's something that mommy and daddy use to relax and to have fun and to whatever else, you know.
I feel like weed companies should use you as a face of their product. Because, you know,
Do you hear this, weed companies?
The idea of, like, stoners or, you know, like, people who sit at home and just eat chips on the couch all day.
Lots of chip eating, too,
right,
by the way.
But, like, the fact that you're so active and you're such a great mom and you do stand up, like, you go out all the time and you're out there, I feel like this is a great way for them to show you can smoke weed and also be super active and productive. Just look at Angie.
Yes, I like that idea so much.
I feel like you should approach some people with this because that would be worth it.
I know. We should film a little commercial later.
Thank you so much for chatting.
Thank you for having
check out
me.
Angie on Highly Crafty.
Yes, go to the YouTubes.
And if you ever see her advertised in a show, get tickets. She's very funny. Awesome. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.